Hello everyone, welcome to another module on AC Skills channel with me, Sharif. Today we'll talk about VUCA and BANI world concept. The world is on the move, nothing is the same anymore. The VUCA model, which describes our world today, has had its day. It is being replaced by a new model, BANI. What does BANI mean and what are the differences to the VUCA world? In this module, I will try to explain the VUCA and BANI model and shows you how you can use it for your business. A couple of years ago, Deloitte's CEO Cathy Engelbert said that in 10 years we want to recognize many of the companies leading the world. And we are all familiar with stories of smaller companies and new innovations changing the world in what seems like an instant. But can organizations prepare for these changes? What organizations do to create good strategies and prepare for the future in a rapidly changing and increasingly complex world? The term was first coined by the US Army War College to describe the challenges of operating in a post-Cold War world. From there, the acronym made its way into management and leadership literature and business school lecture halls at the turn of the millennium. The VUCA framework is a leadership model that was developed in response to the globalization and digitalization of the business world. This leadership framework emphasizes the importance of having a clear vision, understanding the ever-changing landscape, being adaptable and responsive to change, engaging in thoughtful deliberation and effectively communicating with stakeholders. Thinking about a VUCA environment is a useful tool for developing leaders who are navigating the increasingly complex and interconnected business world. The VUCA model is a framework for understanding and addressing the challenges of a volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world. The acronym stands for volatile. Many areas such as markets, stock prices, business models, and customer requests are governed by extreme fluctuations. Companies need to react to these volatile circumstances with ever-growing speed. Uncertainty. Long-term forecasts that enable predictability have become difficult in the VUCA world, leading to instability and uncertainty in both organizations and people. Complexity. The VUCA world is getting more complex because globalization and digitalization create more connections between completely different players in the market. It's no longer about simple cause and effect mechanisms. Everything is somehow tied together and is becoming increasingly non-transparent. Ambiguous. In a complex world, it's never simply black or white or clearly yes or no. Anything can be viewed and interpreted in myriad ways. It has become impossible to detect causes or estimate effects clearly. The old acronyms used in the first 20 years of the 21st century can be put out the pasture if Jamais Castillo has his way. In his essay titled Facing the Age of Chaos, the American futurist described a new paradigm at the beginning of the COVID pandemic, an escalation of VUCA fit to match the reality of an increasingly chaotic world, BANI. The BANI model describes a new world in which the old values and rules no longer apply. In the VUCA concept, everything is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. The acronym of BANI is composed brittle. Brittleness is not just about volatility anymore. It is about a sudden and unforeseen shock to or even the destruction of a seemingly stable system, which may lead to a global ripple effect. Anxious. With increasing brittleness, the world is also becoming more terrifying. This can lead to feelings of power and helplessness, turning people rigid with fear Anxiety can also be triggered by misinformation and fake news spread online. Non-linear. In a non-linear world, the author writes, there is no more law of cause and effect. These things are either completely uncoupled or disproportionate. The most minor issue may have unfathomable and complex consequences that might not be detected until much later. Thus, it becomes difficult to detect causes. Incomprehensible. The human mind is no longer able to grasp the complexity of information and occurrences in their entirety. Everything influences everything else on various levels. The Bani model can be used as a tool for effective leadership within the challenges of the modern world, which is characterized by global warming, the pandemic, the consequences of war, and ambiguity. It can also support the leader's ability to develop strategies for dealing with uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. In times of Bani, it is important to take personal responsibility, not to remain rigid, and to actively intervene when necessary. How does the Bani concept differ from the VUCA world? Both terms describe the challenges of operating in a rapidly changing world, but there are some important differences between them. The VUCA concept has long been used to describe the volatility that has become the norm in the business world. However, the Bani model goes a step further and helps companies consider the chaotic and completely unpredictable impacts that can have a major impact on their operations. From corona and climate change to inflation and armed conflict, companies must put more focus on to cope with completely unpredictable crises. By understanding and planning for this new normal, companies can be better prepared when they occur. As the business world becomes more volatile, models like Bani will become increasingly important for managing companies that want to stay ahead of the curve. The leadership behaviors that are most likely to lead to successful organizational change are those that promote exploration and learning, encourage risk-taking, and foster a climate of trust and openness to identify their weaknesses and create structures to address them. Finally, the model provides a way of thinking about organizational development that is fundamentally different from the traditional linear model. As such, it provides a valuable tool for managing in a chaotic world. Leadership positions in the Bani world. Are we at the mercy of chaos? Bani can be answered by the skills that we call pioneers qualities. In our senior leadership program, successful leaders must face their own emotions and anxieties to prevail. Leadership styles for the future will need to combine courage and openness toward new things to deal with the adversities of the Bani world. And another essential factor for more resilience in Bani times is accepting responsibility. This is essential for people in order to stop reacting and freezing with terror and instead show courage and get into the driver's seat of their own professional life. Nobody can do this alone, though in today's business world we need to pull together, create a fruitful exchange among the like-minded, and generate crowd intelligence. This is exactly why lifelong learning will play an even more vital role for effective leadership than before. Well friends, that makes us come to conclusion. If VUCA helps to grasp the phenomena of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, and to relate them to one's own context, Bani helps to better understand and locate their effects and what they do to individuals and organizations. Thank you for watching this video on VUCA and Bani world concept. Please do subscribe for more topics you want to learn from this channel. Thank you very much again. Goodbye.